Spirituality is like just about anything else in your life. Like in your life, when you're done with one thing, the next thing begins. Just like that. When you're done with everything, spiritual process begins. When you, like for example, to come to the basics of life, spirituality is very much like sexuality. In the sense, you are 14 and suddenly you know. Suddenly all those little things that meant a world to you as a child, the teddy bear is in the dustbin, you know, the teddy bear goes to the trash can and all the childish games disappear. Now, suddenly you know. Just like that, when a certain awareness arises in you, suddenly you know that little games don't satisfy you anymore. When you became 14, you thought what you were doing till then were petty things. Suddenly you know the big thing. When that big thing becomes a petty thing, now you're spiritual. The so-called big things of life become petty things in your life. Now spirituality arises. There the hormones induced the maturity. Here it's only awareness which can induce this maturity. When you have the awareness to see yourself through the various activities of life, the various compulsions of life, the various longings of life, as simply an endless rig-ram roll which doesn't really lead you on to anything in particular. You're at it for 50, 60 years and it doesn't move you an inch from anywhere to anywhere. Either you go through it and realize it on your deathbed, or as you begin it, or when you're into it, you realize it, when you still have time on your hands. So, the spiritual process has to begin somewhere. But the longing to go beyond the limitations in which you live is always there. Every little thing in our lives, when we are into it, it seems like it's everything, isn't it so? Every little thing in our lives. From eating what we want, to doing what we want, to relationships and all those things. When we are into it, it looks like it's the end-all of life. It means so much. If we raise a little above that and look at it, suddenly they all become such petty things, you even wonder, why the hell am I in this? So when this question begins to arise, why am I in all these little things stuck like this? Then the spiritual process has begun.